So a day in the life of Dylan Dunlap. I have to shower and then brush my teeth as the shower is getting heated. That is what I do every morning. I eat a joke of a breakfast because I don't really eat that much. And then I go out and I try to partake in as many opportunities as I can. I work at a coffee house for an open mic, as well as I'm constantly in the studio trying to do as many sessions as possible. I don't really face multiple challenges when I'm a songwriter. Honestly, there's just one that happens to do with the lyrics. The lyrics are probably the hardest part for me as a musician because I taught myself piano when I was 6 years old and only did piano my entire childhood. And so as a folk songwriter, you kind of have to branch out, be able to play more instruments as well as be able to write your own material. So, it just takes time, but with the right amount of patience, I think that a song can be created. The most powerful moment on stage for me was actually not on a stage, but in an outside venue. It was a backyard, secret, private performance for all of the supporters that I have. And it was incredible. It was very intimate. I had an upright bass. I had a cajon player. It was a very toned down set of my original work, and it was absolutely amazing. What's a sign that I made it? Personally, to be honest, I find it very difficult to be able to pat myself on the back and be able to say the term that I made it, because I don't necessarily believe in the idea of being finished. I always think there's room to grow, but I don't know. I definitely think that my entire life should consist of working incredibly hard and not stopping at any time because of a huge paycheck one day or anything. If that was a vice or a bad habit, I would probably choose nail biting, because no matter what, you will always be clean. You will just have very ugly nails. There are definitely pros and cons for that. A lot of people have arrows on their arm, so I have this one right here. The meaning behind it, long story short, is I really believe in the saying that you can choose to view things as an obstacle or an arrow. Alright, then these right here, I have a keyboard which represents my stubbornness as a child for only playing in one octave on the piano and then branching out after that. I have pretty severe anxiety, and it's very cliche to say this, but also very helpful that to just remind yourself to breathe at the end of the day, and the period is symbolic to me. I don't know, it's very simple. You don't need to do much other than that. You just need to drown everything out for 2-3 seconds, take a breather. A lot of people think that I have a scientific meaning behind the double helix strands, but it's actually very simple. It represents my relationship with my sister. The band that we will never create is called DNA, Dylan and Alexis. And every time we get together, it's been a long time. I mean, we live so close to each other, but it's very hard to find time to see each other. So when we do, and we jam together, and it just sounds incredible. We don't really have to rehearse much. We just understand each other with our harmonies and our music. And that's something very special that I would love to never have a business out of. I would love that to just be our outlet to get together and express ourselves in that way. Personally, music is most important to me because of the fact that it lets me explain what's going on in my head. And that is probably the most difficult thing I can do, is verbalize myself. And to be able to take an outlet such as music and show people how I'm feeling without needing to answer that question, how are you feeling? It is such a beautiful concept. And to be able to help others by doing that as well, like writing a song that somebody can relate to, or whatever it is, I think that's the most incredible part of music. That's why I'm a listener way more than I'm a performer, is I support other musicians, and it's very important to support the listening aspect as well as the performing side. honestly has nothing to do with music. I would love to be a great role model for a kid that I may or may not have one day. I don't know. I would love to just have a family down the line. I'm very young, not anytime soon. I haven't impregnated anybody. I would love to be somebody to look up to. And as important as music is in my life, it is not everything. And it's not going to be important when it comes to settling down one day and being a good person to your family, the people that you spend the rest of your life with. So I want to be somebody that my kid can look up to one day and be like, wow, this guy balances music and he loves me, and there's nothing, it's all equal, it's all equivalent. As a child, I only listened to Linkin Park, Yellow Card, pop punk. I was a musical rebel, to be honest with you, but then Coldplay came around. I was in 4th grade when I heard The Scientist by Coldplay, and that just blew my mind. So that's all that I would listen to. I would seriously binge listen to albums. And growing up, hearing everyone's answer to that of like, I listen to everything but country, when really they don't. I always wanted to make it a thing where I made an effort to listen to everything. And so, I mean, if you took my iPod right now, you would see there's dubstep, there is even metal. I'm not proud of, but there's metal on it, on my library. There's alternative rock, I'm inspired by so many different kinds of music that it just blows my mind. And right now, Of Monsters and Men is a huge inspiration. They just came out with their second record, $9.99 on iTunes, hashtag
go buy it.
Of Monsters and Men, endorse me, please. Let me open up for you, please. The shout-outs I want to mention today are 48 Hours, Sam, and then the other Sam, both of you, Sam Squared, and Taylor. That's what I'm thinking right now. Sorry if I'm not shouting you out. Mom, hi. Sorry, Mom. Okay, what I want to close this off with is to explain that no matter how many people sit you down and tell you that you need to just calm down and smell the flowers more, honestly, man, if you personally think that you're making a difference and you're working really hard, you don't need to listen to anybody else but yourself, because you're doing a good job. And yeah, carry on, man. You gotta.
Set, go. Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi.
Vinyl or CD?
Vinyl.
Morning or night?
Night.
Chicken or beef?
Beef.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween, of course.
Pickles or cucumbers?
Pickles.
Decemberist or Death Cab?
Oh!
Hurry up,
Ah, Death Cab. Death Cab.
Frappuccino or latte?
Frappuccino.
Teacher or student?
Student.
Motel or hotel?
Hotel.
Zoos or aquariums?
Aquariums.
Paintings or photography?
Photography.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Cars or planes?
Cars.
Blue eyes or green?
Blue eyes.
Pen or pencil?
Pen.
Dragons or unicorns?
Unicorns.
See the future or change the past?
See the future.
New York or Chicago?
New York.
Bracelets or rings?
Bracelets.
True love or $10 million?
True love.
Music or sleep?
Music.
Crosswords or Sudoku?
What was it?
Crosswords or Sudoku?
Sudoku all the way. How did you pronounce that?
Sudoku.
No,
Sudoku?
honey, no.
You're doing it wrong.
Probably.
Thank you so much for playing with us today.
Absolutely.
It was fun, and thank you for interviewing with us and for spreading your positivity and joy across the internet. Is that Dylan Dunlap?
Oh my God!
They're dorks.
Hello.
No, you're fine.
Called me later in the day and told me about Hassan meeting a place at